Vishawai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Okay, and now today, this is going to be the last verse of chapter 16, but please start the first verse. Chant the first one, and then we will go into the last one. Let's just read it. First verse, please. Achakshva shrunubhatat nana shastranyanekashah tathapi na tava swasthyam sarva vismaranadrute. Go on to verse number 9, please. Hatumicchati sansaram ragi dukkha jihasaya vitarago hi nirdukkaha tasmin api na khidyati yasyabhimano mokshopi dehepi mamata tatha na ca jnani na va yogi kevalam dukkha bhagasau yasyabhimano mokshepi dehepi mamata tatha na ca jnani na va yogi kevalam dukkha bhagasau. You know, these verses and this text is so amazing. It is like meeting a long lost friend. Suppose you have been a very good friend for a long, long time. You had a wonderful time together. Then, for some time, somehow disconnected. You could not meet, you could not talk. Then, after 5, 10 years, 15 years, suppose one day you meet, how will you feel? Wow! It's so nice. Because the memory of the wonderful times floods back. This book has been like that. We have been so friendly with this book, so nice it has been. Each verse is so wonderful. I mean, something incomparable these verses are. So when you moment you come back to again that verse, the feeling is just amazing, because right away it describes myself as I am. It is like when you are with a long lost friend, why do you feel so wonderful? Because it takes you back to yourself. A friend is somebody with whom you can say whatever you like without being misunderstood. You can do things without being misunderstood. That is a friend. And who is a person who is not very friendly? Whatever you say, misunderstood. Whatever you do, misunderstood. Whatever you do not do, misunderstood. Whereas a person with whom you are very intimate, whatever you do is never misunderstood. It's okay. You are with yourself. With that type of person, you can be absolutely natural, where you don't have to struggle, don't have to be cautious as to what am I speaking, what am I doing, what I am not speaking, or what I am not doing. These verses are like that type of intimacy it brings to yourself, because it reveals who exactly I am. uncompromisingly direct, unadulterated, unmixed, very clearly reveals as to who you are. The moment you see this, read this, you see your reflection. Listen carefully. If you have not seen it, it will show you directly. If you have seen it, it shows your reflection. Both ways. That is why they are so sweet. And what is the first verse? Because this chapter is so fantastic, like every other chapter, every other verse. Achaksha shunuvatat nana sastrani anekasah tathapina tava swasthyam sarvam vismaranad rute. The guru, the teacher, with tremendous love and tremendous affection, addresses this student. It's like a child, baby. You are so sweet. You have taken such deep interest in this subject. Very nice. But remember, Achakshva Srunuva Tato. You analyze, listen, any number of scriptures you like. But remember, Tathapina Tava Swastyam, still you cannot abide in yourself Sarvam Vismaranat Rute until you forget everything that you have heard. How sweet. Because who you are is not the product of a word. Truth is not produced by scripture. Truth is revealed by the scripture. Who you are is not produced by the teacher, revealed by the teacher. Because you are somebody who is already existing as you are. How sweet. Perfection cannot be gained in time. Immortality cannot be gained in time. We are not talking about relative perfection. As a child, you are drawing one, you say, draw a mango, you are drawing one, globe. Then slowly you go into a mango. We are not talking about that type of relative stuff. Absolute perfection is not gained in relative time. Absolute freedom, absolute happiness, immortality that you are is not gained in relative time. Neither it is gained through some type of experience. If only you see something, if only you hear something, touch something, taste something, smell something, read something, listen to something. Uncompromisingly direct, that is yourself. It does not depend upon anything whatsoever. That's what you are. The scriptures do not produce the reality. Understand? Neither the teachers produce the reality. Then you have to do a lot of massage to the teacher's ego, Oh, because sir, give me, That is why when you go for a miracle cure, or you want something like that, what happens? You have to do a lot of massaging. You have to do a lot of coaxing, praying, cajoling. Please, please. Why? If you want some sensation, a sound or a touch or a taste or a smell, you need a lot of cajoling. Please sing, na? Please. Can I see you dancing? Can I go to... Can I go to Serengeti? See the wildlife? Can I go to Himalayas? Listen carefully. Can I do this? If you ask for a particular experience, a sensation, you have to organize in so many, many different ways. Who you are is not a sense experience in whose presence every experience is recognized. Every perception, every sensation is recognized. Every thought is recognized. You are already existing. Like these flowers do not produce your eyes. Flowers, if you can use that language, this flower can be seen by the eyes. But seeing is not facilitated by the flower. Seeing is there. Are you getting that point? Seeing is natural. What you see, oh, that takes time. What you see, it depends on the object. If the object is not there, yesterday there was a very strange phenomenon in the sky. The sun suddenly looks like some paraga, like a solar eclipse. That's what somebody reported. Have you seen? I have also not seen. So what happens? We cannot see it now because it depends. If that thing is happening, we can see. If the flower is existing, you can see. But seeing as such, seeing is effortless. Seeing a thing depends upon the object. Are you getting that point? Seeing an object, it depends upon the object. But seeing is there. Being conscious is independent of everything. But being conscious of a thought are required. Being conscious of an experience or sensation, perception of any kind, you depend upon that. So we are not talking about listening to something, touching something, tasting something, but we are talking about being yourself. That is why the Shastra says. You can listen to it to be reminded of yourself, but to be yourself, you don't need a single word. Drop it. In fact, if you hold on to it, you shall be missing yourself. If you hold on to the words, you'll be missing yourself. The same word which facilitates your understanding of yourself, the same word can be an obstacle in being with yourself. Are you getting that point? You can say, how something can be facilitating also and obstacle also? Yes. A car can bring you to the portico. Bedroom is an obstacle. It can bring you up to the portico, up to your house. But bedroom? You drop it and come out. Like the celebrated example they give is the pole vault. The pole vault. You take the pole, hit, clear 18 feet, 20 feet, 22 feet. Once you are crossing the barrier, don't fall in love with the pole. And he said, this pole which has helped me to take it, I must carry it with me. You will break your neck. No good. Drop it. Words help, but words are not needed for me to be myself. Understand? So, not only the teaching, but also the teacher. You can start with the teacher, just like the words facilitate, because facilitator is the teacher. The teacher becomes a facilitator. The teacher is not a producer of reality, he is a facilitator. You understand? Facilitates. Like you don't have to be so much, this Brahma Vidya, in the self-knowledge, teacher is a facilitator. In every knowledge, teacher is a facilitator. The teacher is not producing, suppose the teacher says, in that is 1947, Britishers ran away or something like that. So the teacher produced that phenomenon. 1914 there was a First World War, 1939 Second World War. So this teacher was fighting the battle. He is just facilitating the information. Are you getting that point, please? The book is a record of what has happened. The book is not responsible for the battle. Can you say? This history book is responsible for the battle, you know. The history book is not responsible for the battle. Records. Books are like that. A teacher facilitates. So as even you cannot hold on to the words to be with yourself, you don't need a word to be with yourself, you don't need the teacher to be with yourself. Therefore the last verse says, we will go into that, Hari yadi upadeshtate haro kamalajo piba tathapi natava swastyam sarvam vismaranatrute. Your teacher can be Hari, Vishnu himself, the sustainer of the universe. Your teacher can be Brahma, the creator of the universe. Your teacher can be Shiva, the annihilator of this creation itself. Still, you shall not be with yourself unless you forget all the three. In a sense, you cannot hold on to the words to see the reality. You cannot hold on to the teacher to see the reality. You cannot hold on to the individuality to see the reality. All the three. Teacher, taught, teaching. Are you getting that point? Three things. The teacher, taught, teaching. The taught, the student, sits down there. I am going to understand this reality. Until you drop yourself as a student, you shall not see the reality. In fact, you don't start with dropping the teacher and the teaching. Most people are very prompt to drop the teacher and drop the teaching. What happens? The person will never ever understand the reality. If you drop yourself, teacher falls away, teaching falls away. If the devotee disappears, the God also disappears. You understand? As long as you are sitting down there as a listener, you will not grasp this reality. Please see it very, very carefully. Very, very carefully. As long as you are sitting down there as a listener, a thinker, meditator, you must see this. Somebody asked a very interesting question. Swamiji, the other day really, we are discussing things. He says, this path to self-knowledge seems to be very, very tricky. Even before I start something, I have to drop myself. How? And teacher and teaching has to be dropped. Is it really possible? This path seems to be very difficult. I said, your very fundamentals are not clear. That is why you should not come to the first, last classes first. Are you getting that? You don't start with ASHTAVAKRA GITA. You start with Tattva-boda. ABCD. Don't start with literature. Reason? Please see. If you ask, this path is difficult or easy, or this path is tricky, you don't understand, and there is no path to the reality. It's a pathless land. There is no path. Why? Path is possible if there is a distance between the traveler and the destination. Understand? Very slowly. Please see beautiful. The path is essential. Path is imperative. You cannot miss it. If there is a distance between where you are and where you should be, a path is needed. There has to be a path, or else you have to create a path. You are here in Madras, you want to go to Mahabalipuram. There is a distance between Madras and Mahabalipuram in space. Naturally, if there is no path, you have to create a path, because you cannot wish it, Mahabalipuram, Mahabalipuram. You don't reach like that. Huh? Mahabalipuram, I am in Mahabalipuram. No. If there is no path, you have to create a path. And since there is a distance, it can be difficult. The path can be difficult or easy depending on who is traveling. You are 20-year-old, absolutely fit, run it down. Walk, cycle, motorbike, car, helicopter, sea route, anything you can do, thousands of ways. It can be easy if you are healthy, difficult if you are not healthy. Time is a must, because to cover the distance in space, you need also time. Time is required, space needs to be covered, path needs to be decided. So many difficulties. Are you understanding? Please. The life is like that, full of these type of choices and therefore difficulties. You are uneducated, you want to be educated. Please see that principle. You are uneducated, you want to be educated. Is a distance. Where? Is a distance in space? Yes, Swami, is a distance in space. I am in a school, I want to be in college. Between school and college, the distance is 1 kilometer. Between the 7th standard classroom and 9th standard classroom, the distance is 10 feet. I have to cross that 10 feet. So going to classroom, you become understand, knowledge has no distance in space. Knowledge has no distance in space. You have to pick up new thoughts, new ideas. And to pick up a new thought, new idea, you have to see something, read a book, listen to a teacher, listen carefully. Teachers are a distance, cover the distance in space, in time, both involved physical effort as well as mental effort. In case of self-knowledge, you don't want to be who you are not. Just see the beauty. Here you want to be who you are because you don't know that you are looking for. You want to be, whatever you want to be, you are that. That understanding has not been there. That is why one who understands it, for him, no thoughts to be gathered, no ideas to be picked up, no distance to be covered in time and space. Understand? To be who you are, what you should do? For a role you can do any number of things. To be educated, you must do something. To be rich, you must do something. To be poor, you must do something. To be miserable, you must do something. To be not miserable, you must do something. To be yourself. What is the effort? There is no distance. There is no distance in space. No distance to be covered. Time redundant. nor it depends upon my thoughts must change. When the teaching itself is going to be forgotten, what are you thinking about the thoughts you have picked up already? Are you getting that point, please? When the teaching itself is going to be forgotten, meaning it helps you to be with yourself, then that is not required. Please appreciate. That is where comes your tremendous determination. That is why this adhikari, who is one who is qualified for this knowledge? Everybody is this knowledge. It's the mind which is difficult. Habitual minds, habitual thoughts. And you extend it to the absolute. Like silly logic. If to be little happy, I have to work so hard. To be so much of happy, I have to work so much more. What type of logic is that? You understand? Logic is a donkey. You can put any load on that. You have to use it. Don't be a slave of it. Understand? Because logic doesn't produce the truth either. Facilitates the understanding. Think. So to be yourself, what is the distance? Either in time or in space. Since the traveler and destination both are one and the same, there is no path. Since there is no path, path is difficult or easy? What type of question is that? Are you getting that point? Path is difficult or easy? What path? Learning language, difficult or easy? That is a question. Because learning a language, it can be difficult, it can be easy. Learning silence, are you getting that point? Learning silence. No words are needed, no sound is needed, always existing. How difficult it is. There is no distance. You speak a language, Hindi. You speak Hindi, you speak Tamil, you speak Oriya, you speak Spanish, you speak French. One set of words to another set of words. To learn the language of silence, what set of words you must pick up? To pick up a role, to be with a role, you have to pick up so many things. To be yourself, what set of language you must pick up? What thoughts you must pick up? What roles you must pick up? You don't have to pick up the self. Self is already accommodating you. This is where comes this I thought. Very difficult. Very sweet in that last verse. That's why I wanted to take it again because it's so nice. Yasya abhimana mokshepi dehepi mamata tatha. Verse number 10. Nacha jnani nava yogi kevalam dukkha bhakasau. One who has abhimana, yasya abhimana mokshepi. One who thinks, I am liberated. That person is not a jnani or a yogi. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. To be free, you don't have to say, I am free. Like to to be silent, is it necessary to say, I am silent? Is it necessary to say? This abhimana can be two types. Listen carefully. Abhimana can be two types. One is ahankara, that is, I am silent. That is bondage. Others are disturbed. Terrible. I am free. Others are bound. That is abhimana. You understand the point? Because just like in your life, you want to be exclusive. Why people like exclusive models? Huh? Signature model, limited editions of cars, limited editions of pen, limited editions of houses. Why? Because the person has got unique possession. Nobody else has got it. So he is proud not only because he has it, but others don't have it. Both way trouble. If he says he only has it, he will be worried by chance anybody else is getting it. Listen carefully. Both way you can commit mistake in the self-knowledge. If at any time, unconsciously, you lose yourself in that line, I am free. By chance somebody tells, you have not understood anything, you shall explode like in a bomb. Who do you think you are? You have never heard anything? Not even go through Tattvada itself and telling me, I don't know. Why? This is where comes your impatience. Any commentary on your wisdom is not welcome. Listen carefully. Ask yourself, do I get worked up when somebody criticizes the scripture? Do I get worked up when somebody criticizes, condemns the teaching, or the teacher, or the scripture, or the student? Listen. It's like telling, hey, Indian food is not good. What type of food you have taken? If somebody says Indian food is not good. Not good. Why? He doesn't like it. How does it matter to me? Why should I protest? This Western music is, I don't like it. Hey, you may not like it, but there are 100 million people who like it. So what's your problem? Listen carefully. Or if they say, oh, Indian art is so nice. Yes. Yes. Why? Why? Watch out. It's very subtle, friends, very, very subtle. Because this ahankara, this I, so it will be existing as though not existing. Very subtle. And it can justify. I am only reacting to the person, but I am not reacting. What, really? Please, friends, you can cheat everybody in this universe, but you can never cheat yourself. That is why your motives shall be invisible to the world, but shall be visible to you. Even if the whole world attributes a motive to you, you can be moving absolutely happy and satisfied, with your head held high. But if you have committed a crime, you have killed somebody, you have stolen something from somebody, the whole world says free. But you say, understand. If there is a little whisper of a resistance, that little whisper shall be inaudible to the universe, the people around, but it shall be a resounding noise to you, because your resistance you can see. Your fear you can see. Your anxiety you can see. You cannot hide it. That is why wisdom is not a certificate given by somebody. Your being aware of yourself is not certified by somebody. You see it. Nor can it be taken away by somebody. Somebody says, oh, that fellow has not understood anything. Yes, thank you. You. Even when you are saying, I am free, is it just a statement of fact, or that is your identity? Yasya abhimana mokshepi yasya abhimana. One who owns, claims, identifies with moksha and says, I am free. Freedom doesn't say, I am free. Consciousness has no tongue. Your self, the silence, awareness, call it Satya, Chit, Ananda, whatever you say, it has no mouth to speak, no words to be repeated, no tongue to talk, no mind to think. Moksha. Dehe mamata tatha. In the same also, mama deha, mamata, mama means aham, mama. Aham muktaha, I am free. Mama deha, my body. Mama moksha, my freedom. There is no sense of I and my. Listen carefully. How do I know that? I don't have that. Simple, sir. The test is kevala dukkhavagaso nacha jnani cha yogi cha. Such a person is neither a jnani nor a yogi who has that sense of identity with the body or the moksha, the freedom, and feels proud that he is free. Such a person, I shall explain it to much more, is neither a jnani nor a yogi. Kevala dukkhavaka. He is the one, kevala only becomes a miserable entity. Dukkhavagasu. Why? Others don't accept his wisdom. He is finished. Something happened to the body, is affected. That is why the taste is, listen carefully, if there is a sense of suffering, if there is a whisper of a misery, no jnani, no yogi. It will come the next chapter, it will be like almost like a cosmic sound. It will be huge. Description will be there, declaration will be there. Next chapter we shall see that. If there is a whisper of anxiety, fear, resistance, misery, Even for a second, if your jaw falls, you have not understood it. Understand? It is amazing. In total sunshine, what is the place for darkness? Even if there is darkness, listen carefully, like in total space, formless, which form can cover it up? And even if there is a form, the space doesn't resist. Consciousness, I am everywhere, I am in and through everything. There is nothing other than me. There is absolutely nothing other than me. So, the presence of which something can be a load on me, or the absence of which something or somebody can be an emptiness in me. Are you getting that point, please? Neither there is a load, nor there is emptiness. That is your taste. 24 hours, in 1 minute, I am like that. That 1 minute. Hey, it is not telling that you should not be like that. Please listen. In wisdom, there is no should and should not be. You don't tell, you should not be like that. Who are you to say the person? You should be like that. Who is telling that? It's not should or should not be. If you can choose to be miserable, but if your misery is real, no good. Understand? How can I choose to be miserable? See, suppose your stomach is aching. Think. I am giving a simple example. Your leg is paining. Leg is, your knee pain. Just see any example you can take. A knee pain. Can you show your pain to anyone? You go to a doctor and you say, my knee pain. Where? Knee. Now show me. And can you show your knee pain to somebody? Knee joint pain. Right. So I am a wise man, therefore no knee pain. You can, suppose you go to a doctor, I have a joint pain. The doctor will be wondering, what type of joint pain you are smiling? You go and tell, you see, I think I am getting a heart attack. I think something is going crazy. Is going, Why? I am a wise man, you see. If you talk like that, nobody will understand that. You have to tell, what pain is that? Deep within in yourself, you are absolutely established in the being who you are. But you are speaking the language. Oh, the pain, oh boy, terrible. But you don't make others miserable about it. Listen carefully. My knee is paining, I can take it. So don't be miserable about it, do something about it. Whereas average person wants sympathy. Oh, your knee pain? Oh, my knee is paining also. So 20 people should sit down and say, oh, knee is paining, knee is paining, knee is paining. So the local news. For what? You don't look for sympathy. Listen carefully. You don't look for sympathy. Your laughter is for everybody. If at all you have tears, pretentious or real, it is for yourself. Your happiness is for all. Why? Everybody is happy. So my happiness, I am happy, everybody is happy. Listen please, you cannot give somebody happiness. Do you know why? If you are a really happy man, you know even your guru has not given you the happiness. Neither the God gave you the happiness, nor the scriptures gave you the happiness. You are the happiness. Somebody facilitated. Since nobody could give me the happiness, because I am the happiness, how do I dare saying that I am giving happiness to people? You don't give happiness to people. You reveal the happiness. You don't give unhappiness to anybody. That much you can do. Are you getting that point, please? Happiness yourself That is everybody's self, everybody's nature. You cannot give it. Do not give unhappiness. Do not give discomfort. Provide comfort, physical comfort, discomfort. Do not give. Unhappiness never cause. Conflict never. That much you do, you shall facilitate the wisdom. Why is it that the teachers, you can see in the tradition, go to any extent of accepting, accommodating the worst expressions or behaviors of the student? In ignorance, the person can behave like that. It doesn't matter. That is a very nice Zen Buddhist Zen story goes. There was a teacher, and there are so many students. So one student, he had a habit of jumping the wall and going out in the town in the night. So other students who found out, hey, this fellow is going now out. So naturally they are also ignorant. So they are also till now they are more worried about the other person is doing than about themselves. And they are not worried because what the other person is doing, but they are not capable of doing it. That's another thing, jealousy. This fellow is can jump and go. We want to go, we cannot go. Or he is going and why should he go? He should be punished. He is a wrong student. Leave the teacher, he should decide on that. So they all went to the teacher and told, this boy is going, jumping the wall and going to the night and going to the town and comes back. The teacher just listened to it. No reaction. That itself would have, these holier than others students, they must have been disturbed. We gave such an important information about a person committing a crime and teacher is not talking, he is not listening. This is where the problem comes. The teacher has his own way of handling it. He is 360 degree. Anyway, the students kept quiet. Then one day the teacher has gone there just to verify really or not. When he goes there and he sees, he has gone, the student has jumped the wall. To jump the wall, he has put a stool there. Standing on the stool, jumps the wall and goes back. So, he knew he will come back midnight. So the teacher is standing there. He has removed the stool and himself standing there. So the student comes in the midnight, jumps the wall, and he knows where the table is. He puts the straight and he goes on to the teacher's head or the shoulder and jumps. But he is not that stupid. He knows the difference between a table and a person. And when he looks at it, it is the teacher. He immediately falls flat at his feet. The teacher says, hey son, it's too late. It's already, go to sleep. It's already 1 o'clock. Go to sleep. The fellow could not believe it. He goes straight and sleeps off, if he could sleep. But next morning, that has been the news, because he told everybody, I have now got, telling those people who have been informed, informed about him to the teacher. See, I went and I put my leg on. Now the students are very happy. Those who are informed, the informants, they were very happy. Now this fellow will get some thrashing, some beating, or will be thrown out. But the teacher comes to class, takes the class, no reference to that, not even looking at it, no reprimand, you should or should not do, nothing. Now these holier than others, that group, they come up and say, how come teacher, that fellow did these things and you saw him coming, how come you are not throwing him out of this place? The teacher says, you seem to know what is right and wrong. So you leave this place. This boy is ignorant. He doesn't know what is right from the wrong. I will teach him. It's not a story, It's not a story. The person who is self-righteous, the person who is already full of holiness, already full of, I am perfect, I am wonderful, what can you teach him? The person is ignorant, you can teach him. Understand? Person is ignorant and he knows he is ignorant. Oh my God, you can help him. So there is nothing which the person cannot take. Understand? Dukkha bhaga so. So if there is a moment of sorrow in your life, moment of sorrow, you shall give misery to others. In your miserable moment, you shall make others miserable. You like it or not. You may not know it, but you are making a lot of people miserable. It's like the snake never knows about its poison, but poisonously poisons everybody. That is how. When you are a happy person, you know yourself who you are. You can provide that, reveal that happiness through every type of experience. It can be sound or sight or a touch or a taste or a smell. In every experience, you show the presence, the divinity that you are, that everybody is. And for an ignorant person, there is a division. These are good, this is bad. This is right, this is wrong. That is how we all must begin, but should not end up that way. Cannot end up that way. Because your right is my wrong, my right is their wrong. Please understand. In a society where somebody is growing up, listen carefully, you are growing up in a society, different values. Therefore, self-condemnation is rampant. In one tradition, they say you should not eat garlic. If you are eating garlic, you are self-condemning. I am eating garlic, I don't think I can ever understand the truth. In another tradition, this is the only book, every other book is useless. So by chance you love any other book, now you feel guilty that I am like that. Understand? Think. In your tradition, this is the only God. But suppose somehow you are interested in somebody else's God, now you are feeling bad about it. Conflict. I should not say that God also is good. Conflict. Or you think you are believing in a particular God, somebody challenges that, you feel challenged, then also condemnation. You should be in such a position, when challenged, you don't feel challenged, nor do you find difficulty in being with anybody and everybody. Absolute freedom. You understand the point? There is no hint of a personal boundary. Limitless, has no limits. Why it is limitless? Because it has no limits. Why is it unbounded? Because it has no boundary. Are you getting that point? Why is it universal? Because every local thing is included. Whatever whoever says, believes, does, okay. If the person feels condemned, the job of the teacher and the teaching is to lift him above it, not to leave him condemned there. I am the body. The person has enough condemnation. I am a thought. I am an unhappy father. I am a miserable mother. I am a frustrated wife. I am a deprived husband. My dreams are not fulfilled. So many things. People are already deprived. The job is not to give him an alternative to feel comfortable. but to help him understand himself who he is, so that he no more feels condemned even with the body. No more feels affected even with the thoughts. You understand? Because once you know who you are, infinity, all-pervasive, can you escape something which you have? Can the infinity escape having a finite thing? Come on. Can the infinity escape having a finite thing? Where else the finite will exist? Where else the thoughts will exist? Where else the ideas will exist? Everything is beautiful, everything is divine. There is no self-condemnation, no self-repentance, no self-abnegation, nor there is self-indulgence, either of the way. There is no self-condemnation, no self-righteousness either. Mokshe abhimana nasti. I am free. That idea doesn't exist. I am the freedom. You don't have to speak that. You don't have to think that. How do I teach? That is why this book is so beautiful. It's an attempt to point out the indescribable. Moksha abhimana nasti. If it is there, na jnani, na cha yogi. If you have got this, you are neither a jnani nor a yogi. Kevala dukkha bhakaso. You become a person miserable throughout your life. Throughout your life you shall be miserable. Forget throughout your life miserable. If you are miserable even for a moment, that counteracts your wisdom. Understand? What is this misery? Please understand, friends. Misery is not a wasp stinging you. The misery is not somebody taking away chocolate from your cupboard. The misery is not somebody stealing your dress or your money. In the language of the Absolute, in the understanding of the self-knowledge, as in Sanat Sujatiya, Narada himself will say, Pramadam vai mrityum bravimi. For a person who is engaged in the study of himself, self-knowledge, the scriptures, there is no other misery except forgetfulness of one's own self. Pramadam vai mrityum bravimi. The pramada, the forgetfulness of one's own self is the death. There is no other death for the person who has gained this wisdom. Any moment he forgets himself, that is the misery. Are you getting that? There is no other misery. Misery is not money is gone, the car is taken away, the house is gone, brother passed away, mother gone, father went, son went. It's rubbish. Those are all comfort and discomfort. The misery is forgetfulness. When you forget yourself, boom. It creates makes the difference between immortality and mortality. Absolute happiness and falling into the trap of unhappiness or misery. What a thing. Every moment. That is why the scriptures are so fantastic. He doesn't tell you, don't do this, and those things are all there. Baby stuff is all there. Jnanagni sarvakarmani bhasmasat kurute tartha. When he says Jnanagni, this fire that is knowledge, not fire of knowledge. Jnana Agni. This is the fire, this is the knowledge. Sarvakarmani bhasmasat kurute. It completely what? Burns down. Makes into ashes, bhasmasat gurute. What? Sarva karmani. No, it removes all the karma, but it doesn't take away. If you have taken garlic, it sticks. You looked at somebody, no? That sticks. That karma stays. One day you didn't believe in God, no? Stays. Sarva karmani. Good, bad, ugly. Most virtuous, most vicious. Everything gone. Why? Ahankar, when the karta is gone, karma is dead. You understand? When the doer has melted away, what is the question of what he has done? Like a guy was put in the jail and he was going through judgment in the High Court for the crimes he committed. When in the prison he died. Now what case? The fellow is dead. What case on him? In this living universe, when you are eternally alive, being with yourself who you are, individuality dead, what case? The people can say, but this fellow doesn't exist. Listen carefully. That is the strength you get in yourself. Jnanagni sarva karmani bhasmasat kurute. Everything. Naivatasya krutena arthana akrutena kaschana. There is no meaning for him either in doing something or not doing something. Yasmin sthita, established in which gurunapi dukkhena na vichalyate. Established in which gurunapi dukkhena is the worst and the worst of disasters. Worstest of the worst disasters. Language fails. The worstest of the worst disasters. Na vichalyate, never gets affected. For whom body is very precious, body is dying, vichalyate, ayoyo, body is going. For you, job is very important, your job is going, vichalyate. For you, anything that is important for you. Your husband is important, your wife is important, your job is important, your money is important. You are exhausted, destroyed by that, if that is something happens there. For some people, image is very important. Image, my holy image, or I am a noble person. My image is very important. The image also can be destroyed. You don't have to destroy it. Other people can destroy it. If your image is about yourself, who you are, nobody can touch it. But if your image is, I am a very charitable person, I am a very kind person, I am a wise man, then there will be 20 people working against you to prove how you are miserable, miserly, stupid. So what are they doing? Like a thief takes your money, a cyber crime, online your money transferred. They are working overtime to loot your money. Some people are working overtime to take your image also. Yes, image is there to be taken only. Oh, Swamiji, what are you talking? Don't pretend to be very so quiet as though innocent, don't know anything. In your house, what is going on? The son wants to destroy the image of the father. The daughter-in-law's image is destroyed by the mother. Mother-in-law's image is destroyed by the daughter-in-law. Right? What are you doing? Why people fight in the houses? Why do you fight? Because suppose somebody says, my father, I'm a kanjus, makichus, very tight, you will never give money to anybody. Now suppose you listen to it, how do you feel? So you are telling that your father is miserly? Why? By talking about that, have you taken away his money? No, image. My brother, don't tell anybody, alcoholic. Drinks. He says like that, image. Are you getting that point? Very angry fellow. This fellow is very angry. Rascal. Image. Are you your image? Why people love false image? You are very angry, but another one, your sycophant, to whom you have given 10 rupees or who has taken 30 rupees from you, what shall he say? Sir is very kind, Sir is very kind. Everybody knows Sir is rascal, but this fellow says Sir is very kind. Why? 30 rupees. Give money, image changes. Are you getting that, please? Somebody can snatch your property. Somebody can snatch your body. Time can snatch your body. Somebody can destroy an image. But nobody can destroy yourself. Gurunapi dukhera. That is why you cannot believe. It is not selective. Only good actions are condoned, bad actions are punished. Whether you are good or bad, the doer was doing this. The doer is gone. Apichet, asichet api papebhyah sarvebhyah papakrutu uttama. Sarvam jnana plavenaiva brujinam santarishyasi. Hey Arjuna, asichet. Tvam asi, even if you are. Asi chet, chet means if, asi, vam. If you are, even if you are, papebhya, sarvebhya, papakrut uttama. You understand? The adjectives are finished. Papebhya. Papa means the fellows who are rascals, rogues, papis, call them sinners if you use that word, or papa means the fellows doing some mistakes, crimes. Papebhya, sarvebhya papebhya papakrudutama. Among all the sinners, he is PhD. And among the PhDs, he is the PhD. You understand? Papakrudutama. Most notorious among the notorious. Sarvam jnana plavenaiva brujinam santarishyasi. By this boat of knowledge, he crosses the ocean of samsara. People, those who are born and grown up in the tradition of punishment and reward, they can never ever understand that a person can escape punishment and reward. Holiness is, they are proud to be rewarded, and the person feels punished. Oh, I am punished for my mistake. First know who you are. Your sense of punishment and reward shall disappear. Understand? No God punishes. It is the agent who punishes. Neither the God helps. Listen carefully. If from his standpoint, he alone is, she alone is, it alone is, everything is Ishvara. All pervasive. See? Good or bad? Me hitting myself, good or bad? Good or bad? Good or bad? If I do it to you, who are you? Right? You do it to somebody, who? Listen here. That is why you don't affect anybody. But in you know Ishvara, everything. There is only oneness. So your action has no motives. Why the sun shines? Why the wind blows? Why the river flows? Why am I alive? Why the life flowing? Why the thoughts come? That type of flow. There is nothing else in the universe. Sarvata panipadam tat sarvato kshishiromukam sarvata shrutimaloke sarvam avritya tishtati. Ishvara. Ya Devi sarvabhutesu sarvarupena sastita. Namastasya, 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 namo namah. Call it Deva, call it Devi. That is Dyotanatmakam, that light of lights, consciousness. Call it Deva or Devi, masculine, feminine, doesn't matter. Who is in and through everything. Mother alone is. Ishvara alone is. Truth alone is. Nistraigunyo pativijaradham ko vidhi ko nisheda. For them this judgment of right, wrong, good, bad doesn't exist. That does not mean they commit and kill everybody and destroy. It's not like that. Even an onlooker can judge. The person doesn't judge. Are you getting that point, please? It's just like this. For an onlooker, listen, for an onlooker, your house is destroyed by tsunami. For you, yes, one house has gone, other house will come. Listen. Do you remember that story? When a villager had 4 horses. Remember that? Villager had 4 horses. And they had gone grazing into the forest. They came back with 8 horses, wild horses. So all the villagers come to him and say, you are a lucky man. You got 8 horses now, 4 yours, 8 wild horses. Then he said, how do you know this is not going to bring me bad luck? Now he is going to get it. Now if he is getting the 8 horses, when he says it may be bad luck, people keep quiet, go. They come back. After a few days, when the young man was trying to break those horses, give them training, one wild horse, gave a solid knock. The fellow broke his spine and bedridden. The whole villagers came back for sympathizing. We are really sorry. Your son is now broken his spine, and he said, how do you know this is not going to give me good luck? From their perception, this is a punishment or a bad luck. But from his standpoint, everything is good. Okay. Villagers went back. That is why when you say everything is good for you, there will be nobody to sympathize. That sympathy will disappear. Are you getting that? People will not have a chance or occasion to sympathize and to feel a little superior. That will disappear. The people come back. Oh, this has happened, your son is sick. How do you know it's not my good luck? True, after 2 months, the kingdom, the soldiers are going from village to village to conscript able-bodied youngsters for the ensuing battle. They come to every house, and when it comes to this man's house, they see the young man already wounded before going to battle. They did not even look at him, they went away. The villagers never also came back. Why? Because from what is coming, how do you know? Is it a punishment or a reward? When you see locally, tunnel vision, something looks good, something looks bad. When you see the universal vision from totality, everything has a place. Why something happened? Why something happens? Think please, think over, contemplate and see the reality. Did you decide on your father and mother? Think. Did you complain? Did you decide on your school, your college? the people you meet, the knowledge you gained. Some people you meet, it brings wonderful things. Some people you meet brings something else. If I have not complained meeting good people, I don't have to complain meeting somebody through whom something drastically wrong happens. Why? Because both are not my creation. That is where comes your being with yourself. Very, very important. If there is a, that is why. Kevalam dukkha bhagasu. Na yogi na jnani. This person is not a jnani. If there is dukkha bhag, if there is a hint of disaster in your head, what is going on? Oh, sympathy? What is going on? Self-pity, listen carefully, self-pity, sympathy, misery just doesn't, they do not exist in wisdom. Nor does it exist self-praise, self-righteousness, they also doesn't exist. Oh, how to describe, huh? You can describe a whisper, you can describe a pandemonium, huge sound. How to describe silence? Dissatisfaction, less dissatisfaction, more dissatisfaction, perhaps you can talk about. Absolute satisfaction? How? Therefore, ask yourself, these are not standards set to pass judgment on others, but to look at yourself. Am I a person like that? Are you free? I am freedom. You just sit for yourself. Body, yeah, there is a body, mind, everything is there. Oof. And when you see this reality, you are a jnani, you are a yogi. So here the yogi means not not the asana, yogi. Because nowadays that word has gained that type of yoga. Yogi means usually immediately person will think he is doing some asanas. The language used, yogis and yogini, there is jnani, jnanini. Is there any jnani and jnanini? Yogi and yogini because practice, somebody knows how to do some asanas and one female knows it and male knows it. In jnani, there is no masculine and feminine. Jnani, jnanini. Male jnani, female jnani. Jnanam and jnani, one and the same. Here also yogi means the knowledge absolute. It's not the yoga, don't say, suppose somebody who learns yoga, he shall say, see, jnani yogi cha. So if you do yoga, you will also jnani. He is not talking about that. Bhagavad Gita says, Tam vidya dukkha samyoga viyoga yoga sangitam. That yoga is defined in Upanishads, in Vedas, in Bhagavad Gita beautifully in yoga. Tam vidya dukkha samyoga viyoga. There are hundreds of definitions, depending on context you see that. In Upanishadic context, Bhagavad Gita and this ASHTAVAKRA Gita context, Krishna's definition is Tam vidya dukkha samyoga viyoga yoga sangitam. Yoga is defined as dukkha samyoga viyoga. Dukkhena saha samyoga. In ignorance, you are associated with the sorrow. Dukkha samyoga, associated with the sorrow. Aham mama, my body, I am the body, my riches, I am the riches, my thought, I am the thought. Dukkha samyoga. Viyoga, tasmad viyoga. You dissociate yourself from the association with sorrow. Dissociating yourself from the idea that I am the body, I am the mind, I have a body, I have the mind. No, none of this stuff. Being with yourself. Yoga. Such a person is yogi, jnani, not dukkhavar. There is no hint of dukkha. But if you have dukkha samyoga, I am the body, I am doing this type of postures, or I am doing this type of meditations, dukkha bhagasu. Naturally, are you getting that point? In your being who you are, you don't have to speak or even think. Makes it so easy, so effortless, so beautiful, so universal. Everyone. Suppose yogi means only person who is doing asanas. Is it universal? Does everybody do yoga? There are many Christians, many Muslims, many Hindus, or many Indians, Americans, whatever is a human being, they don't do yoga. So they are not yogis. Yeah? A jnani is not a person. Jnana and jnani, one and the same thing. A yogi is not a person. There where you associate, you dissociate yourself from the association with everything, meaning in which there is total dissociation, there is nothing other than itself, yet it is in and through everything. Yogi. Such a jnani cha, yogi cha. But if you don't, you have a sense of I am free, I am my body, kevala dukkha bhagasu. In other words, remember that. Again and again repeat. In other words, don't say, jnani is suffering, look at the yogi is suffering. If you are suffering, you are not a jnani, you are not a yogi. See how the wise man is suffering. Wise man suffering? What type of wise man is that? Suffering of what? And that gives a pleasure to a lot of other wise people also, no? Because they feel, hey, wise man also suffering, we are also suffering. Pleasure, right? Ishvara, please see that, friend. It's amazing. That possibility is a reality for everybody. In each one of us, the scriptures, the teachers, the gurus, the traditions are so beautiful. They help you to transcend and not being condemned to a particular relative existence. You understand? Transcend. Help you to transcend. Uddharet atmanatmanam, natmanam avasadhet. What Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Uddharet, urdhvam nait. May you lift yourself by yourself. Atmanam avasadhet. Never condemn yourself. Either to good things or bad things. Because usually people condemn, don't condemn you are a liar, don't condemn yourself by your honest fellow also. Because this is very tricky. Don't condemn yourself by your liar. Don't condemn yourself that you are very honest either. That's another virtue. And virtue, relative virtue. You may say you are very honest, but you can be totally dishonest from another standpoint. Prove it. I am very honest. For 30,000 rupees I get my income, and I am, from my 30,000 rupees I am spending. Who gave you the 30,000 rupees? Why should you get 30,000 rupees, other fellow getting 3,000 rupees? Same type of job. So you give yourself a salary and you consider yourself very honest, right? It's like a constitutional amendment. With one amendment, think. Just think. Previously, if you are having income is 10,000 rupees, you have to pay income tax. So fellow was having 15,000, he was feeling guilty. Ayo, I didn't pay. 30,000 we didn't pay. Oh, I didn't pay. All right, change it, 100,000 rupees. Very happy now. Now I am not. Previously he was a criminal. He was avoiding income tax. Now he is included in the amount where he need not pay, he feels very comfortable. Like children, 40% pass. That year they decided. 30% also pass. Suddenly fail people feel pass. How? Eating meat is bad. No, you can eat meat also, but still you are holy. Very beautiful. There are religions, no, there are many traditions are there, no. Everybody doesn't condemn eating meat is bad or eating garlic is bad or drinking this is bad or drinking that is good. It depends in which tradition you are in. Like the caste system. You have told somebody untouchable, the fellow is finished. And you consider yourself very high caste, you feel no wonder for absolutely no qualifications of yours, just because you are born to a family, you think no end of yourself. How? Suppose by law you remove that, there is no such stuff. What happens? In classification, some people gain, some people lose. When you declassify, can everybody be comfortable? That is wisdom. In declassification, understand, in wisdom there is no classification. Good, bad, right, wrong, no such classification. Holy, unholy, godly, ungodly, no classification. Therefore, everything is beautiful. When I say that, don't say therefore, so murder is beautiful. Hey, don't bring in some particular statement to generalize it. Don't do that. Yes, murder is beautiful. When? Depends. Right or wrong? Self-defense? Are you not released? No, it's not a beautiful thing. Please understand a bad word choice. If death is bad, how come you are giving your people Paramvira Chakra and what is that, Purple Heart, highest valor, highest medallion for the valor, single-handed killed 100 people, highest military award. How come? It should never happen. But think, any action by itself becomes neither good nor bad. You have to think it over. That is why Bhagavan says, Krishna, hey Arjuna, I will tell you, kim karma kimakarmeti kavaya patra mohita tatte karma prabhakshyami yadgyanta mokshase asubhat. I shall tell you what is karma, what is akarma, what is vikarma, what is action, what is inaction, what is vikarma, pratisiddha karma, prohibited action. I will tell you. By knowing which you shall get out of this confusion. And he never tells. He never gave an action, this is wrong action, this is right action, this is no. What he did, he gave the attitude. Karmani akarmaya pasyat, akarmani cha karmayaha sabuddhiman manusyeshu saeva Krishna karma. He did not say, this is right, this is wrong, that is wrong. Like wisdom. How does a wise man behave? How does a wise man sit down? How does the wise man talk? Did he say? Did he say? Sthita pragyansya ka bhasa? Kimasita? Brajita kim? Does he sit down? If he sit down, how does he sit down? Does he talk? If he talks, how does he talk? Does he move? If he moves, how does he move? Did he give any answer? The wise man goes slow. Talks slow. Only Sanskrit language. Had he done that, everybody would be doing that. Wise man means walking slow. So suddenly everybody is walking slow. So what is the wise man's action? He takes one rice after another, chews it for 2 minutes, one rice after another. The whole world will be eating like that now, because everybody wants to be wise. Eating rice one after another for 2 minutes, chewing it and half closed eyes. How can you equate wisdom with an action or an inaction? or one pratisiddha, prohibited action. To live in the human world, there has to be action, inaction, prohibited action. These actions should not be done. This is done. That's fine. But all these things have no meaning when karmani akarmaya pasyet. One who sees karmani akarma. Inaction, in and through the action. Actionless consciousness, self, that is yourself, which is actionless. Why? Chalanatmika kriya. Action is chalanatmika. Any move. Any movement is action. Atma or kriya, chetana, immobile, all pervasive. Because all pervasive cannot have a movement. One who sees that immobile, all pervasiveness in and through movement, sabuddhiman manusyesu. Akarmani cha karmaya. In and through inaction, he sees tremendous activity. For other person it is laziness, and another person it is wisdom. The person sitting down under a tree, is inactive, lazy, he is being himself. Or very, very active, restless, rajasic, absolutely steady in himself. Who can define him? Tadrusha taneva janandi. We saw that in this book. Tadrusha taneva. Only such people will know such people. Others, they won't even know the hint of it. Like looking for footsteps of the birds in the sky. That invisible is the path of wise. How he moves, how he talks, what he does, nobody shall ever understand. Until you yourself are wise. Then you will not try to understand. Jnani, yogi. But there is no hint of sorrow. Or you can choose to have sorrow, excitement. Like Rama was crying. You mean Rama was so miserable? Bad boy? Eh? Crying. Oh Sita, you are gone. Oh Sita. So Rama is a very bad boy. Oh, what type of wise man, what type of God crying for Sita. He behaved like a Nara, like an individual, as a person. Why? In wisdom, a little human touch is not a taboo. Is not taken away. It's like you are the richest of the rich man. You are the richest of the rich. But to go to a village, small place, and the people are sitting down there on the ground, roasting some groundnuts. You sit down with them on the dust, pick up few groundnuts, eat with them. They are happy, you are happy. Your richness doesn't go away. Only novo rich, the person who is like a agada jala sanchari vikari nacharohita. Gandusha matra jalena safari falfarayate. The big fish swims deep into the river. Nobody knows it is there. The small one on the top, everybody sees it. Right? So that type of person, they say, how can I sit down there? Sitting down there and eating with them. No, one special asana. The richness of the rich doesn't disappear in a moment of humble acceptance. The wisdom of the Absolute will disappear. If you have a touch of humanity, think. Such a yogi is a jnani cha. Every moment happy, reveling in himself. How is he blessed? Because he has forgotten all that was taught to him. The words, he doesn't hold on to words, neither the teacher nor the teaching. Most important, remember, don't say he has forgotten the teacher and the teaching. He has forgotten himself. When you disappear, teacher, teaching automatically disappear. If you are not here, what teacher teaching whom? If you are not here, what teaching for whom? So, should you drop, should you understand the truth by dropping out yourself or dropping the teacher or the teaching? When you drop out, teacher automatically, I am not there, what am I related to? Are you getting that point? If I am not there, what I am related to? That is why you won't get affected if you say, oh, the scriptures are useless. Because you are laughing, why? It has done its job for me. It doesn't matter, the fellow doesn't know, it's all right. The teacher is a rogue. Yeah, must have been. Why not? Anyway, I have done it myself. That's enough. You are stupid. Yes, I know who I am. You don't feel condemned by anybody. Not you feel, oh, the teacher is such a great one. Why are you worried? Great student of a great teacher, huh? He is a teacher is great, but not necessarily doesn't mean a great student. Huh? If your greatness depends on the greatness of the teacher, you will be affected if the teacher, somebody says, he is stupid. But if your teacher has been proper and your teaching has been proper and you understand yourself, you are great because you are great. You don't care what the other person talks about, the teacher or the teaching or the student. It doesn't matter. Do you understand the point? If your importance is teaching, oh, this teaching is useless. Vedanta teaching is useless. How can you say? Let him say. It's like telling, this food is useless. Yes, true. I am hungry, my hunger is gone. I am happy, this food is, let him say that. How does it matter? Are you getting that point? Satisfaction. Therefore, I drops out. You don't understand these things. You are not, to understand yourself, you are not waiting to drop the teacher, drop the teaching. Because Shastra says, no. Achaksha sunuvata nana satrana anekasa tadapinatava swastyam sarvam vismarana drute. Until you forget the student, I forget all the Shastra, that teaching, you are still not established in yourself. So what are you doing? I am waiting to drop all these Shastras. Even if your teacher is Brahma himself, Shiva himself, Vishnu himself, until you drop them, you will not understand. Therefore, I am waiting to drop my teacher. As long as you are waiting to drop any one of those stuff, you need a teacher, you need the scripture. When you are not there, they automatically drop out. Because the teachers cannot be there until I accept somebody as a teacher. Are you getting that point? Very simple. Other days, as I tell you, somebody told me, Swamiji, are you a guru? I said, are you a disciple? If you are a shishya, I am a guru. If you are not a shishya, why should I be? What type of guru? Do you ask anybody, are you a husband? If I am your wife, you are my husband. Is there anybody, Mr. Husband, walking everywhere? So what is this Mr. Guru? There is no Mr. Is there anybody, wife? She is a wife. Everybody's wife, huh? Everybody's husband, huh? To your husband, you are a wife. To your wife, you are a husband. To your disciple, you are a guru. To your teacher, you are a disciple. Not that the permanent disciple. Anybody permanent? I should say that. Are you a disciple for everybody? No. So, neither I am a guru for everybody. If somebody sees me as a teacher, I am a teacher. If it doesn't see, doesn't mean. Then who are you? I am absolute. As much as you are. It's so beautiful. Therefore, Haro yadi, started with the scripture, now ending up with the teacher. Haro yadi upadasthati. Hari Kamal Rupi. He just gives you the ultimate. Anybody can be a teacher. What to talk of when God himself is your teacher. Like Krishna himself happens to be the teacher of Arjuna. Krishna himself happens to be the teacher of Arjuna. So therefore he makes him a greater teacher than anybody else? No. Guru Govinda dono khade kako lage pae. Balihari Guru aapki Govindu diyo bataye. Beautiful, I think some Surdas, Kabirdas, or Tulsidas, somebody writes nicely. I don't know the exact person. This is very famous. Guru Govinda dono khade kako lage pae. Guru is standing, Govinda is standing. Vishnu himself is standing and Guru also is standing there. Now this individual is now worried, confused as to whose feet shall he fall first. Both are important. Guru is important, Govinda, Vishnu, Bhagavan is important. Whose feet shall I fall? Balihari Guru aapki Govinda Diyavata hai. I fall at the feet of the Guru. Why? He will teach me what Govinda is, what the God is. Or else God himself has to be a Guru to teach me that he is God. Are you getting that? So Guru is held in the highest tradition, highest esteem. Why? Because through him I understand. So when you say you are worshipping, therefore he is a permanent Guru, you are a permanent disciple? No. Na Guru naiva sishyeha chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham. I start with that. I am a disciple because I am ignorant, I don't know. So I accept somebody who knows. When somebody helps me to know myself, he is the Guru. If he gives me one more role, I can't tell that word. In Oriya, Guru means teacher. Goru means cow. In Oriya language, you won't understand that, that's why I'm not telling that pun on the word. One who helps me to be myself, Guru. If he helps me to gain another role, so until yesterday I was walking on my foot, now I am walking on my hand. Circus, gymnastics, that's not Guru. Until yesterday I was eating food, I take the food, I was eating. Nowadays I offer it also, make a big deal out of it, everything. So very holy. Another practice. Until yesterday, I was just looking at everything. Nowadays, I have closed eyes. As they look, as they don't look. That is not Guru. The Guru is one who helps me to know myself, be myself, who I am, and not gives me a new role, a new religion, a new practice. Are you still not tired of picking up new roles, new practices? Are you still not tired of these little exotics, miracles, excitements, little excitements? Listen, friends, if you don't get tired soon, the time will tire you out. Long before time tires you out, death demolishes, levels it all. You better see yourself who you are. Because your sense of superiority because of a superior role or inferiority because of an inferior role is ridiculous. You don't come to the scripture to be humble and be ridiculous or to be superior and arrogant. No. This teaches me humility. Another person says, it teaches me confidence or arrogance. You are nowhere better than anybody, nowhere lesser than anybody. That better and lesser is there from the standpoint of your body, yes. Somebody young, somebody old, somebody fat, somebody lean, somebody has more, somebody has less, somebody more educated, less educated. But from the standpoint of the absolute, there is no more holy, less holy, more divine, less divine, more infinity, less infinity. One incomparable, absolute, universal existence. Therefore, sarvam vismaranat, until you forget every role and the role givers and the role taker. Watch out. Because so much heavily you can go on. Oh, these fellows are giving you roles only. What about you are getting it? Taking it. If you don't accept a role, what is the question of somebody giving it to you? Understand? So, sarva vismarana trute includes first vismarana, forgetfulness of what? Forget means what? Going beyond what? Yourself, individuality. When that is not there. Guru naiva sishya chidananda rupa shiva iti 16th chapter. Okay, close your eyes. See it every moment of life. There is no sense of superiority, inferiority. No holier, no unholier. No self-condemnation, no self-righteousness. But a sense of being that pervades everything.